We need to look at filtration. Why do we need to filter our alcohol? Well, the reason we want to filter our alcohol is because we will get a much better, cleaner, crisper taste from it. We use carbon to do the filtration with the alcohol that's coming through the air still, or the T500. We need to firstly make sure that the alcohol is diluted below 50%, because the carbons that we're using are not effective unless the alcohol strength is less than 50%. Now, as a general rule, I tend to dilute all my alcohol down to 40%, because that's the strength I'm going to use for my gins, my whiskies, my rums, my brandies. We dilute down to 40% therefore, and then we run it through our carbon filter. With two pieces of equipment that we can use. We've got the inline filter and we've got the EZ filter. I'm going to show you the EZ filter first. What we will do is we are going to collect in, or put in to this particular container, all our finished diluted alcohol. So 40% alcohol in here, it can be up to 50%, 40% alcohol in here, and we're going to store it in here. Now, on the base, we have a carbon cartridge, and I'm going to put the carbon cartridge, as you can see there's a hole in the base. Through here will go our EZ filter, the carbon cartridge, and we're going to tighten that up onto there with this nut that goes on the top. That's going to tighten up, and we've got in position on the carbon a washer either side. Now once we've tightened it up, that will then go into position here on top of our second container, and the second container, as you can see, it's got a lid on it there, and all we're going to do is we're just going to push that into position. So that's now locked in position. Our alcohol's in the top. As the alcohol drips through, it will go through our carbon cartridge into our collection chamber, and with a lid that goes on the top, which can sit in place there. Dead simple, very easy to operate. Once the alcohol's come through, we'll then put it through. In my case, I'll put it through again. Now that carbon block will do about 20 litres of alcohol, so you can get a good run through it. Once you've used it, it's not worth using it again. And if that carbon block dries out, then again, no good. What we tend to do with the block to start with is to give it a really good soaking in hot water. About 10-15 minutes, let it soak in hot water. That will get rid of all the air pores which are in it and get it ready for action, so that when we pour the alcohol through it, it will come through and it will clean the alcohol. Now, we also have the inline filter, and the inline filter again is very similar to that. The carbon block is the same size, but this connects between two buckets. So if you've already got two buckets and you've got something and they are spare, provided one of them has got a tap on it, preferably the top one, you can then connect it with a piece of tubing to the inline filter, and the inline filter will then sit in the top of your bottom bucket. So imagine we've got a bucket sitting on this part here with a tap. We've now got a piece of siphon tubing coming all the way down. We've got that at the end of the siphon tubing, and that will go into the lid of our bucket on the floor. It's going to be gravity fed. It's not quite as simple as this particular one. It will do the job, and it's a little bit cheaper, that option. So you've the two options, the inline or the EZ filter. With the inline, you need a tap, a piece of siphon, and two buckets that we do as a package to go with them. With this, it's all complete. The carbon blocks, they can be bought separately, and you will need to obviously keep using those as refills. Okay. They're about £5, so they're not dead expensive, and they will do, as I say, up to about 20 litres of alcohol. So those are your options on filtration. You'll find that if you run it through the carbon filter, it really will improve the alcohol quality. The taste will be great. It is not essential from a safety point of view, but from a taste point of view, we strongly recommend it. So those are your options.